Once upon a moonlit night, when the winds whispered tales of forgotten souls, a horrifying presence crept through the dark waters. It was the legend of the Ghostship, a spectral vessel that emerged from the depths of eternity to devour every tranquil ocean in its path. Word soon spread among sailors, and fear rippled like a tremor across the seafaring world. The legends painted the ship as a cannibal of souls, a cursed vessel with rusted cannons and torn sails, draped in the fog of perpetual despair. Its tattered flag, adorned with the mark of death, fluttered ominously under the cover of night, casting shadows that struck terror into the bravest of hearts. Under a blood-red moon, the ghost ship materialized, emerging from the ethereal veil, its hull groaning under the weight of countless tales of misery and sorrow. The waves recoiled in horror, whispering frantic warnings that went largely unheard. Its skeletal crew, mummified corpses adorned with decaying garb, guided the ship with bony hands and empty sockets, their eyes lost to eternity. The deck echoed with their macabre laughter, their ethereal voices a haunting symphony, blending with the mournful cries of forgotten souls. Unholy cannons unleashed spectral fire, battering every vessel foolish enough to cross their path. The seas turned crimson as the ghost ship's insatiable hunger was sated, its bloodthirsty maw devouring every life it encountered. Survivors on board doomed ships, witnessing the horror unfold, could only watch in despair as their comrades were plucked from existence, their souls spirited away to an eternity of torment. Be it warships, merchant vessels, or humble fishing boats, all fell victim to the ghost ship's wrath. Its malevolence knew no bounds. Nations were thrown into panic, their navies rendered powerless against this unstoppable force of darkness. The ghost ship's reputation grew, whispered among sailors under the cover of darkness, transforming into a chilling omen that sent shivers down the spines of all who dared venture onto its open waters. Time wore on, and despair settled like a fog that refused to lift. The world mourned the lost lives, their final resting place is a mystery left to the depths of the unforgiving sea. Prayers were offered, pleas for divine intervention to vanquish this nautical nightmare, but they fell on silent ears. Years turned into decades, and the ghost ship's reign of terror seemed unending until one fateful night, lightning split the sky, illuminating the ghostly silhouette against a backdrop of roiling clouds. However, amidst the terror that engulfed the seas, a group of fearless seafarers who had lost loved ones to the ghost ship decided to take matters into their own hands. They became known as the Hunters, dedicated to hunting down and putting an end to its reign of darkness. Armed with ancient scrolls and charms said to protect against the supernatural, the Hunters set sail on a moonless night, guided by the treacherous winds that whispered secrets of the ghost ship's whereabouts. Days turned into weeks as they traversed treacherous waters, their resolve unwavering. Finally, on a storm-laden night, they beheld the chilling sight of the ghost ship, looming before them in all its spectral glory. Summoning their courage, the ghost hunters unleashed their arsenal of mystical artifacts, reciting age-old incantations that echoed through the tempestuous air. A fierce battle ensued, with the ghostly cannons thundering, and the skeletal crew fought ferociously to defend their cursed vessel amidst the chaos. One of the hunters, a young and brave sailor named Lillian, stood at the helm of her ship, eyes ablaze with determination. She could sense the presence of lost souls lingering around her, whispering their encouragement in the tempest's fury. With the power of their combined strength and unwavering belief, the hunters managed to weaken the ghost ship, tearing through its ethereal defenses. As dawn's first light started to pierce the darkness, Hope flickered like a lone candle in the face of despair. In one final act of desperation, Lillian plunged a mystical harpoon deep into the heart of the ghost ship, severing the ties that bound it to the mortal realm. A shockwave of energy rippled through the surrounding waters, causing a cataclysmic explosion that sent fragments of the ghost ship cascading into the sea. The ghost ship, its spectral essence shattered, began to fade, its anguished cries dissipating into the wind. As its maw vanished beneath the waves, the sea stirred. The waters whispered their gratitude to the hunters for their courage and sacrifice. With the ghost ship defeated, the curse lifted from the tranquil oceans, and peace slowly returned to the once terrified world of seafarers. The memory of the ghost ship became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of unity against unfathomable evil. And as for Lillian and the hunters, their names were eternally engraved in the annals of history as the brave souls who faced the horrors of the ghost ship and emerged victorious. They became a symbol of hope, a beacon of light in the darkest depths of the sea, reminding humanity that even in the face of the most terrifying nightmares, the strength of the human spirit can prevail. But the particle of the ship was not completely destroyed. After a few years, he rebelled to destroy the hunters, but he never managed to carry out his insidious plan. Hidden within the depths of the sea, a minuscule fragment of the ghost ship managed to survive. Yearning for vengeance against the victorious hunters, patiently it bided its time, regaining strength and plotting a malevolent scheme to exact its revenge. Years passed, and the fragment's power grew, its spectral essence pulsating with newfound determination. It summoned the dark forces of the ocean, rallying the lost souls who refused to find peace. Together, they devised a treacherous plan to lure the hunters into a trap they could not escape. One moonless night, as the hunters sailed through calm waters, a sudden thick fog descended upon them, obscuring their vision. Eerie whispers filled the air, echoing through the void like a siren's call. The hunters, sensing danger, tightened their grip on their weapons, preparing for the battle that lay ahead. From the depths of the fog, the fragment of the ghost ship emerged, its spectral form intertwining with the darkness. It unleashed a torrent of supernatural attacks. Its malice has grown exponentially since their last encounter. The hunters fought back with all their might, their determination unwavering. But the fragment was relentless, fueled by ancient curses and dark magic. The fragment summoned ethereal tendrils that snaked through the water, ensnaring the hunters' ships. Despair crept into the hearts of the hunters, as they found themselves unable to break free from the grip of the fragment's vengeful power. Just as hope seemed lost, Lillian, the young and courageous sailor, pushed past her fear. She remembered the whispered words of encouragement from the lost souls that had guided her before. Drawing on her unwavering belief in the power of unity, she called out to her fellow hunters to form a bond that could not be broken. With their hands entwined and their spirits united, the hunters chanted ancient incantations taught to them by the very scrolls and charms that had protected them in the past. A blinding light burst forth from their joined palms, emanating a force so pure, it shattered the spectral shackles that held them captive. Empowered by their unity, the hunters launched a relentless assault on the fragment of the ghost ship. Their weapons struck true, tearing through its ethereal defenses. With the combined strength of their beliefs and the sacrifices of those who came before them, they pierced the heart of the fragment, reducing it to nothingness. The once thick fog dissipated, revealing the calm and moonlit ocean once more. The hunters stood united, victorious over the vengeful fragment that had sought to destroy them. They stood as living testaments to humanity's indomitable spirit and the power of unity in the face of darkness. The fragments' defeat marked final triumph over the ghost ship's reign of terror forever, ensuring that tranquility would once again grace the waters. The tale of the ghost ship and the brave hunters who stood against it became a legend, whispered among sailors as a testament to resilience and the triumph of light over darkness. And within that legend, the name of Lillian and her fellow hunters would forever be etched as heroes who defied the odds and saved the seas from eternal damnation.